In this week's Living Well, what is it like to love someone with schizophrenia? It's a psychotic mental illness that affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. People with schizophrenia may develop hallucinations or delusions of being persecuted. And in Singapore, a study by the Institute of Mental Health found that it was the least recognized of 5 illnesses, including dementia, alcohol abuse, major depressive disorder, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. One common misconception is that schizophrenia causes a split personality. The truth is, the split refers not to multiple personalities, but to a split from reality. Looking after someone with schizophrenia can be a roller coaster ride of emotional ups and downs. Our guest, Margaret Ong, has written a book about her experiences titled One Husband, Two Men. Margaret is now here with me. Welcome to the show, Margaret. Margaret, what is it like to support someone with schizophrenia? In this case, your own husband.
Well, good afternoon, Haryanto. Well, there are many challenges, but I'll focus on 3 areas. One is really learning to accept the change in him and the adjustment that we as a family have to make. 2 is instilling hope when the situation screams otherwise. And thirdly, juggling between a wife and a caregiver role.
Having said that, Margaret, does sticking to a routine help both, the caregiver like yourself as well as the patient?
Routine helps, but routine shouldn't just be about caregiving or managing medication and all that. There is this relationship that is important to be maintained with the loved one. So for me, it's important that I separate the person from the illness. I love my husband while I hate the illness. And secondly, I think I choose to engage my husband and do stuff with him when he's most alert and present. Flow with him, and I leave him his own space when he's not himself.
Margaret, if you could share with us, in the event when your husband has an episode or a relapse, how do you manage that situation?
Well, I give an example. My husband, the sign that I see is when he's restless. He would drive his car and remain uncontactable for 2 to 5 hours. What I would do is I would remain calm because it is a pattern that I saw in him. So what I would do is I'll pray, remain calm until he comes home. I will not nag at him. And what I will do during this time, because this pattern will continue 3 to 10 days consecutively, so I will increase the dosage of his medicine until he stabilizes.
And just to round up our discussion today, Margaret, what advice would you give to caregivers, like yourself and others out there, so that to prevent any sort of burnout or stress from caring for other patients?
Well, maintain close connection with the relationships that you establish. For me, it really provides normalcy. Secondly, build strong spiritual faith, because with that, I have less fear and I have peace of mind. Thirdly, when your loved one is in recovery, enjoy him or her. Do fun stuff with her, because caregiving is not about just managing the medication and the physical care. It's beyond that. It's trying to humanize the whole caregiving and be as normal as possible.
Margaret, thank you so much for the sharing. Margaret Ong there, author of One Husband, Two Men. You can read more about Margaret's experiences as a caregiver to her husband. The article by my colleague Akshita Nanda is online at str.sg/livingwell.